Good morning. Good morning. There we go. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Welcome to our service today at Messiah Lutheran Church in Weatherford, Texas. I say that for the benefit of you who are joining us by Facebook or YouTube. The people in the room, they know where they are, right? I think. We hope. We hope we know. Today is the fourth Sunday in Lent, and Trent, he got started on this idea that, which has just not that common among Lutherans, but in the middle of Lent and in the middle of Advent, you should take a little time from your self-imposed sufferings to rejoice that you're a child of God, that you've made it halfway through. Pretty soon is Easter. Then you can go back to your old ways again if you want to. Actually, you're supposed to have been improved slightly in the course of Lent. But anyway, so therefore, there's a couple Sundays a person can wear pink. Or if you're less secure in your masculinity, you can say coral. This is coral. Right? Or you can say, I'm just trying to match Sherry, how she looks today. So.
I'm trying to stay with the theme, the purple.
With the theme, that's right.
Yes.
So. Anyway, as far as news, you can see that I'm using my telephone today to pull up the newsletter. You too, if you want, there is inside the bulletin a little one of these things here. What do you call those?
QR code.
Pardon?
QR code.
A QR code, right. You can aim your camera at that and of your iPhone or your Android, and then it will bring up the newsletter. You know, be good practice for y'all during the sermon. So we have not Saturday, but maybe the week after, on the 1st of April, we'd like to tidy up the property, which we usually do, you know, ahead of Easter Sunday. And tidy up means we got a whole winter's worth of wind, and you know, we got a bunch of you know, like blown down wood out on the property, and as well as other projects.
Lots of projects. Doesn't matter your age or ability. So join us with.
So Gladys will be bringing us breakfast and lunch. I say Gladys, you know, I mean, and your team will. It'll be like from 9 to 12, and all hands on deck, and all hands welcome for that. Leading up to Easter, Holy Week is coming soon. During Holy Week, we have a service usually Thursday evening. I think I set it for 7. Maundy Thursday, and where we remember Jesus' Last Supper with his disciples. And then Good Friday, we think about Jesus' crucifixion and trial and death on the cross for us. And that also on 7 o'clock. Then on Easter Sunday morning, the schedule this year is at 9 o'clock. I think I'm looking at you, Ellen, the egg hunt.
Yes.
And also there's a whole bunch of eggs down in the nursery.
Yes.
That I guess you'll...
I'm going to take those home with me today, and they'll be ready to be out the next Sunday.
Right. So our custom is that Ellen puts all these eggs in bags. You take them home, fill them up with candy, and then bring them back. Now Sherry used to like to fill them up with Susan B. Anthony dollars, but I don't know.
Right, Jerry did that.
Jerry did that, okay. We don't recommend that necessarily because, you know, you're not supposed to have fist fighting among the children, you know, on Easter Sunday morning. But anyway, you can put whatever treat you'd like inside those eggs and then bring them back so that we'd like to have several hundred or 1,000 to put out in the Then a potluck breakfast at 9:15 till 10:15, and then our Easter service at 10:30. You notice I didn't say for the last, you know, pandemic, and then last year we haven't had a 7 a.m. like a sunrise service. We're waiting for popular demand. So far we haven't had popular demand to bring that back, but. So we're still having our Wednesday devotions for the next couple weeks. And the quilters, you meet this next Saturday. And then you're gonna be, at some point later on, have a trip in May, or when's the in-gathering this year for all the quilts?
That's usually not till the fall.
Not till the fall, okay. There is in the weekly email and the announcements some request. Well, where's Elizabeth? Elizabeth shared with us requests from the UTEL, Child's Advocacy Center. What do they need?
Advocacy Center, they need snacks and drinks for the children.
So they interview kids who have suffered perhaps at their homes, and they like to have the social workers some things on hand to give the kids to eat and drink. So there's a list of things that the kids like, which you may know if you're a grandparent. Welch's fruit juice, Capri Suns, you know, Nabisco snack pack cookies, and the like. So we're gonna collect those. I don't know, how are you gonna do it? Are you gonna put something out there, Elizabeth, or a box or something?
Yeah,
Or
we'll figure something out.
figure something out.
Something out on one of the tables.
And on your own, if you're at wherever you shop for your groceries and think of these things, just throw a few in your basket and then bring them up here. We'll get them to the right place. Any other news or announcements we should share before we start our service? Yes, sir.
Just make sure the congregation is aware of what the stakes are out by the road.
All right, there are a bunch of stakes. We are in negotiation with the city, and we'll probably have to have a congregational meeting about this in a few weeks, once we work out and find out what the proposal is. The city would like to put a wide sidewalk up on the edge of our property to extend the hiking and biking trail that starts up at the trade days and goes down through Holland Lake Park, and then comes behind the housing back here and then up the street. And then they want to extend all the way up Texas to the Doss Center, take a left before the Doss Center and go over to the ball field, and then that'll add about a half mile. I think they got some funding for TxDOT possibly to pay for this project. Mike is nodding his head. So anyway, I've got a little team of people negotiating with the city. They would like to do some grading, because you know that's kind of a steep bank. So they would like us to grant them an easement to do some grading on the side of the hill. So if somebody's, runs their bike off, they don't just drop off a cliff. And also, they do not want to bear the expense, if they can help it, of building a retaining wall all along there. So anyway, they would like our cooperation. In trade for that, they will give some compensation. That amount of money is unstated so far. So we got a little team working on that to talk with them. But you can see there's one row of stakes out there that is 15 feet in from the curb. That's where the sidewalk would be. And then a second row of stakes showing where the grading would be. We've expressed particular interest that none of these, big giant trees out in this part of the yard be affected. Though it does appear that some of these that are on the back corner, that they might be affected. So anyway, at your leisure, walk around. If you have any questions, talk to Mike or Lyndon or who else met there, Ron and Jim as well with the city last week. So, but you'll probably, like I say, we'll probably have to, anytime that the property is either encumbered by a loan or some either sold off or something in that category of thing, in order to accomplish that, we have to have a congregational meeting to do so. So that'll be, and to get that meeting to happen, we have to have at least 2 weeks' notice. So we have to have a negotiation